choosing the wrong garage door company can turn your entire experience into a complete nightmare. Welcome to the Garage Authority podcast powered by A1. I'm your host, Jonathan Phillips, and today I probably have one of the most interesting stories when it comes to A1 Garage Door and just being a part of A1 in the story of how it came here. So we brought on Jeremy Lamb straight from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Here I am.
Here you are.
Here I am.
Now, what we're talking about today for people listening is how to select the right garage door company and to what to watch out for.
Yeah.
Here's why you're perfect for it. I've seen you and tell story about how you worked for a company and when it didn't align morally, you were willing to follow your morals to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you've also been a client and you chose our company.
Yeah.
And with everything that you've encompassed and actually lived, I feel like you're the best expert that I could find in this entire company.
I appreciate that,
to
man.
give this advice to people.
That's huge.
And whenever we give this advice, I would love, I will say that we are the best garage door company.
Yeah.
But that mom and pop shop that has 5 dudes in the middle of Missouri, where I'm from, they're good too.
Yeah.
And they might be a better fit for some people.
Right.
But there are some things and standards and morals across the board that I feel like people should be aware of.
Yeah.
No matter what.
For sure.
So it's not necessarily that you have to come to A1, and it's not necessarily it's garage doors. This could be HVAC. This could be your lawn care. This could be the pool guy. This could be a brick and mortar store that you go to and is going to have a relationship with.
Right.
What's the first sign a company may not be trustworthy, in your opinion?
Oh, I think people just have to trust their gut. I think on the most part, I think people know what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
Right? You can call it a conscience. You can call it, light, dark. You
Intuition.
Can call it,
whatever.
intuition. But if you get someone who shows up to your house and, let's just be honest, man, they look like they don't want to be there. They look like they don't care. Or they look like they're ready to take advantage of you. They're not listening to you. They're not making eye contact. They look like they're scoping out your house. There's so many different shady companies out there, not talking about any particular, right? But there were some bad experiences that I've had, even in calling other garage door companies out to, locally where I live to see like, all right, let me see now that I've kind of been on the other side. Let me see what the experience is on the other end. And some of them are okay. Mm-hmm. Some of them are not so good.
Yeah.
There are people out there that are giving you false information. And if you feel like you can't trust your gut, then you need to find a way to just kind of move on from that company and keep on knocking, keep on calling until you find the one that you're like, oh, finally somebody that I can trust, someone that I feel like I can have them come into my house with my daughter at home, right? Or I can be at work, and as a husband, right, I wouldn't want someone coming to my house with my wife all by herself with some, strange technician that I can't trust.
Right.
So that would be the company that I would say you want to do business with, somebody that you feel like you can feel comfortable with.
Yeah. People pick the relationships that they have. People pick their wives, their husbands, they pick their friends.
Right.
Can't always pick family. I love Alexis now. That's my sister. We hated each other as kids.
Okay.
But if people would treat the service like a relationship.
Yeah.
I think all technicians should do that, but people as homeowners.
Yeah.
If someone's coming in and moving the biggest object of your home, that's kind of a close relationship. And once someone touches that door, or once someone touches that AC system that controls the climate, or that service that's going to change the look of your home, whether that's painting or a remodel, that's a very intimate relationship. It's not just a service. So if you're selecting the right company, it makes sense to judge and choose like you were going to pick a friend.
Yeah.
So when you say that, 100%. That's what it encompasses to me. And whenever people do that, we can talk about the feelings all day. It is about how people feel in their gut. But there is also the brass tacks of the actual service itself.
Right.
And what the value is. What's, what do warranties, guarantees of good work, how does that service value, warranties, the follow-up, what's the difference between the good and bad, in your opinion?
So for me, I think it's kind of like, for instance, I'll go back to sports because I grew up, playing sports and love sports. But I think if I were going to hire a coach
Right.
that was going to guide a team, I would want him to be qualified, right? I would possibly want him to be a player before he was a coach, to know what the game was like, and to have tenure, to have experience, to have a good team behind him, right? So anytime you hire a head coach, he's going to bring, and I'm going to use football as an example because football was my sport.
Go
Football,
Chiefs.
Yeah. Watch out. Anyhow, that's, I'll leave that alone because I respect you. And I'll let the comment section do their thing.
Just a bunch of Go Birds comments. I know what's happening.
There you go.
Yeah, well, how about go New York Giants? How about that? All right. How about that?
So, when you hire a head coach, he's going to bring his staff with him. And the reason why I loved the game of football so much is because, to me, as a young man, it was like warfare. It's like the turf is the battleground, and you're literally suiting up with armor, and you're going out to do battle. And in order to do battle, you've got the general, you've got the lieutenants, you've got the commanders, the sergeants, whatever you want to call them, right? You've got the offensive staff, the defensive staff, you've got the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, the DBs, the running backs coach, the quarterbacks coach. You've got all this staff that are supposed to be so specialized in their respective, I guess you could call it, departments,
Right.
that they know exactly how to be successful. So what I'm alluding to is that Tommy Mello has been a technician before.
Right.
He's kind of learned the ropes of what it takes to be successful. He's had cars break down. He's had cars. There's that famous picture that we always see with a car on fire, for crying out loud, right? I mean, he's known what it is to win. He's known what it is to lose, and to lose big. And the biggest thing that I think he preaches all the time is through his failures. Failures are great if you're learning from them, right? And so for me, Tommy Mello's a great leader. He's got a great staff that is. He's trying to make sure everybody's expert at what they do, right? In terms of working with a company, to answer your question, arguably there's probably no company out there that's going to have the products that we have, that has the guarantees, the warranties, the training that we have. I mean, I don't know right off the top of my head, I should probably know this by now, but how many square foot our training facility is currently. I imagine that it's probably going to be expanded eventually. Just knowing Tommy, it's only going to be bigger and better and constantly leveling up all the time. So to me, if you're going to do business with a garage door company, why not go with a company who focuses on having their technicians that are going to your house to fix your, like you said, probably the biggest, arguably the biggest, most dangerous moving object in your entire house, which is your garage door. Someone who's been through an apprenticeship before they went to a training academy with expert trainers like yourself and the other staff who are vetting them, making sure that they know what they're doing, both in selling things right to customers that they need, that, not recommending things they don't need, but also giving them all of their options so that if the time comes to say, hey, you know what, it might make more sense to just replace this, hit the reset button, start over, we're going to get you the best that we can give you, whether it's a door, motor, springs, with lifetime warranties on almost everything. I mean, I don't know any other garage door company out there that's going to marry themselves to a door for 10 years and give a 10-year service warranty, 10-year labor warranty. We are going to come out to your house with our A1 signature package, and we are going to service your house every single year and make sure everything's perfect for you. So in terms of our resume, I'm kind of giving our resume, not knocking anyone else out there.
No.
But
there's great companies out there. They're doing great.
Yeah, and they're doing good work, right?
Yes.
And kudos to them for, the grind, because it is not an easy job.
Yeah, no.
Being a garage door technician is, you get very sweaty, you get very grimy and dirty.
Unless you're in Minneapolis sometimes.
But overall, I mean, it's a grind. And to see Tommy accomplish what he's accomplished, I think he's a great coach, and he's the best coach. And he's out there just trying to help people be successful, and that's why I'm partnered up with him.
Now, the A1 resume, deep.
Right.
But maybe not everyone has access to A1, or maybe they are choosing a different company because they know someone.
Right.
So even when the companies don't quite have that resume, or maybe, clients aren't concerned with it. What do you think are some bare minimum questions a client should ask to a company that they're choosing to do work with?
Yeah, I would ask them, first of all, I think I would ask them how long they plan on being in business. Do they have kind of a business plan as far as like long term, right?
Right, especially people throwing out lifetime warranty on this.
Right, because I've dealt with customers working for A1 where, they've had paperwork, but I can't tell you how many times, John, that I go to people's houses and they're like, yeah, I tried calling this company back. They don't pick up the phone. Phone number doesn't work anymore, and they're nowhere to be found, right? So maybe they did good work at one time, but they've moved on.
Right.
And so I would say, talk to them about, longevity of plan, the training of their technicians, see how long, their technicians have to train before they get into the field. Or do they just toss them a set of keys and be like, hey, man, good luck, figure it out.
Yeah, YouTube.
There's the internet. Yeah, YouTube University. What kind of training did they go through? Were they background checked? Are they licensed? Are they bonded? Are they insured? Because if a problem goes south in your garage, I mean, you're not just talking about a little accident. I've seen so many homes that I've gone to, unfortunately, where the door's ruined, the car's ruined. Thankfully, I haven't shown up, but I have heard stories where guys show up to where there's personal injury to human beings, and that's life changing. I mean, just a buddy of mine, this morning, Trevor and I, we were talking about how there was a car accident on the freeway the other day, and unfortunately, he found out this morning through the news that 3 people had passed in that accident. Right? It's like, dude, those lives are. So many lives were changed forever after that, right? And you don't want to play games like that with your home.
No.
With your garage door. And so to me, I think I take this job so seriously because I know how it can impact people's lives.
Whenever it comes to, I think a big indicator that a lot of clients use, I mean, I'm guilty of it myself, is reviews. Right. Now, to preface this, and another reason is because your reviews are astronomical. I mean, not only that, you take pictures with clients, and the biggest thing on pictures specifically, and I'm almost answering it for you, is definitely going to a company somewhere. If I want to go to a Thai food restaurant, and there's one that says 5 stars, but it has 6 reviews.
Yeah.
But,
a little questionable.
But then, you know what I mean? It has 5 stars.
Yeah.
But there's one that's at 4.2 or 4.6 out of 5.
Yeah.
But they have 2,000 reviews.
Yeah. It's probably a place you want to go try.
You know what I mean? And
probably got some pretty good food.
I get a little worried sometimes if I see complete 5-star reviews with like 10,000 reviews, and then I look through there and wherever you are in the world, if the reviews aren't from people around you and it looks like there's reviews from people outside of the country, that means they're probably bought.
Right.
So that's why I like the way that we do reviews and you do reviews, because there's videos and pictures on the Google reviews. How important is it for clients to look at those things?
So it's super important. I think it's so important that actually, to elude what you're talking about, anytime that I get reviews from customers, I like to take photos of them. And I ask them, hey, if you don't mind, can I take a photo of that before you post it, before you hit the post button, so we can see it in its authenticity?
Right.
And then can I take a photo of it after you post, just so I can verify? But I save those photos and I actually have them on my tablet. So when people are concerned and they're kind of sitting on the fence and wondering if they should do business with us, I say, hey, for what it's worth, can I show you something real quick? It's kind of like a little bit of a work flex that I like to throw out. And I'll scroll through my album and I'll show them, I'll zoom in on pictures and I'm like, look, these are elderly customers that I've dealt with. These are people that wanted to take photos of with me so that they can verify, hey, I'm a real person. This is a real testimonial. And for what it's worth, I mean, these are not reviews that we just auto-generated. These are written by these customers. A lot of times I've had people hand me their phone and be like, here, write the review for me. I'm like, I might be the secretary if you want me to type for you, but I need you to give me your words, right?
Right.
And so I try to get 5-star reviews from every job only because I want other customers' voices to be louder than my own, so that if people do go online and they look at my name, Jeremy Lamb, A1 Garage Door Service, God willing, I know that you can't win them all, right? You can't please everybody. I wish that I could. I really genuinely do.
All you can do is try.
Yeah, if this was called A1 Garage Door Charity, then we could go out there and do ministry work and help people.
Everyone gets a polyurethane steel back 87504 10-year plan.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That'd be awesome. But unfortunately, this business is just not built that way. We do have to make a profit so that we can continue to be in business 20 to 30 years from now, so that we can take care of people.
Right.
That we hopefully aren't going to see today because we're taking care of them, and see in 10 to 15 years. Well, we'll still be in business 10 to 15 years from now when you need a new motor or whatever it is, right?
Now, there's reviews, there's the prep for it. Technicians, no matter what type of role, no matter what expertise or trade, it's going to come down to a point of price. Yeah. What would you say to anyone that's purely speaking off of price being their choosing factor?
That's a really good question. I think that for me, and this is
you can speak for yourself.
So as a personal preference, this is what I like to do. I like to invest money versus spend money.
Right.
So to me, there's two differences, right? If you're spending money, you're likely not getting it back. If you're investing money, there's a potential for you to get a return, right? So for me, I know that some people that are out there, they're genuinely struggling financially, and those are the people that we try to work with as much as possible to try to get them taken care of. But at the same time, I would love for people to kind of look at the bigger picture and see, you might be spending maybe a little bit more money today in your mind, but it's actually an investment with A1 Garage Door Service. Because, for instance, I'll use our Max Life springs, right? Those are trademarked. And statistically, when you look at the numbers, they run about 80,000 cycles. I think the cost on those in terms of how long they last versus how much the ticket's going to be is actually cheaper.
It's a little underpriced in my opinion.
Yeah, than our lowest option.
Yes.
Right, so we have 3 different options that we offer people. And like you said, I think it's underpriced. And I agree with you because I've done the math on 80,000 cycles. And for certain customers who don't use their doors that often, I mean, these springs are going to last potentially 30 years, 40 years in their home, right, without giving them any issue. And so the price point to me, it's like, it's phenomenal, right? I would love to buy, I don't know, an iPhone that they're going to say is going to be guaranteed to last 40 years. It's just not the case. It seems like, the charging port's going to break down. And
or they're not going to send me the cube to plug it into the wall. That grinds my gears.
Yeah.
If there's one more technology company that just sends me the cord and not an actual cube to plug it into the wall, I'm going to lose my mind. Bring the cubes back. Everyone will thank you. Yeah. Sorry for that.
No, you're good. Nice little commercial break for the technology companies. I like it. But that's the way that I look at price. I mean, I get it. There are people out there that are genuinely struggling, right? I've been there. I've struggled financially. I'm still kind of struggling a little bit financially, but thankfully with the company that I'm working for now, I'm being put in a position where I can finally breathe and finally succeed in life, right? So to me, my mindset has shifted, especially being around Tommy and working with A1 Garage, that it's all about trying to be smart about our money and making sure that it's an investment versus an expense, right? If you're just spending money, but then let's just say 4 or 5 years from now, you're going to have to spend that same money again, but now we're going to have to account for inflation, which 4 or 5 years from now, things are probably not going to be the same cost-wise. For me, that's how I would look at it. And then go with a company that gives you options. I mean, so many companies just tell you one thing, right? And with us, whether it's a garage door opener, whether it's springs, whether it's rollers even, whether it's a garage door itself, replacing it. I mean, there's, as the Torch team likes to say, there's thousands of different options, but we've kind of narrowed it down to 6. Well, we still have 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't have 1 or 2. We've got 6 different packages for people to choose from. And so to me,
pick and choose between all of those. I mean,
right. And you can take some parts from one and move it into another. If you like this door, but you like this set of springs, or you like this motor, you can kind of plug and play for whatever's customizable to either your price point or your family's needs.
So I mean, we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
What we found trustworthy companies, trust your gut. We've gone into the resume of how far A1's willing to go for training. We've gone into reviews and what to consider. I mean, is there anything else you feel we didn't cover as far as, and it's not, yes, we are A1, but just with clients choosing any garage door company, even if it's not us, is there any final thoughts on
I
some
would
big
say
decisions?
one of the things that I never really thought of until I actually started needing to repair the garage on my own home is look at your garage. Like, look at it and see, does it look like it's a good quality door? Does it feel like it's a good quality door? I mean, if it doesn't have insulation, grab on it and shake it. Does it sound like it's going to fall apart? Does it look like it's going to fall apart? Because if you're like me before I worked in the garage door industry, I remember when my springs broke that night and I went to the outside of my house to see, like, I don't know what I was looking for, but I was like, let me investigate this a little bit and see if there's something I can do because, I'm kind of handy. I've, been around construction and, tools. And when I saw the cables kind of dangling outside of the door, I'm like, yeah, man, that looks pretty dangerous. I'm not touching that. I'm calling the professionals. So I would say to sum it up, I mean, just realize that basically that drawbridge to your castle is there's a lot more liability attached to it than we, I think, often realize. And so when people say, well, I just hit the button, it goes up, hit the button, it goes down, that thing could be a ticking time bomb. So not trying to do any kind of scare tactics or fear mongering or anything like that, but I've been to enough jobs where people didn't know that they had a huge liability on their hands. So just do some investigative work, call companies out, do your due diligence if you have to. But if you have a company that happens to show up with a technician that you can trust, you feel really comfortable about because they're very competent, knowledgeable, everything is put together, right? From the way that they're dressed and the way that they conduct themselves, and they're very professional. Just even the fact that we have a tablet and we keep a digital profile and pictures and everything of the history of when we've been out to a home and stuff like that. I mean, we're not writing, in no offense to companies out there, I get it if you got to write handwritten estimates, but stuff like that can get lost. Right. Or even the ink and the carbon copy can fade and you're trying to figure out, what did that say? That say 5-year warranty, 9-year warranty, 2 I don't know. But everything's digital and everything's kind of up to date and with the times kind of thing, then I would say dive all in with that company, go with that company.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, it's a big investment. It's worth your time. It's okay to put some companies to the fire, including us, to really test with those questions and make sure that it's the right fit for you, to the smile of your home.
Yeah.
Like that plug.
Right? Yeah, I like that.
Jeremy, it's been real, dude. Thanks for dropping the knowledge.
Of
this
course.
is fantastic.
It's been an honor.
I'm sad that you live someplace far, far away, but please come visit more. All right, brother?
Of course, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.